Hey guys, this is Goldenglue here, the new head coach of Sentinels League of Legends, and we're going to today watch some clips of Caedrel and see if he flames my drafts or not. So let's get into it. So we're going to start off first with our very first match versus BLG, which was a very memorable one for me. All right, let's start.
Common. They're not going to ban Azir this game, 100 Thieves. They're going to ban Arena. Makes sense.
We did ban, yeah.
Rise prio seems very high. Could take the Rise. They take Jarvan. Jarvan.
I thought the Jarvan was pretty crazy. I don't know what Caedrel's going to say about this. This was actually the first week of Worlds where Jarvan went like 0-9. I think this is kind of before that happened, but we were pretty shocked by the Jarvan first pick.
The theory, Sin, there's loads of junglers. Could take the Rise yourself, unless you have strong counts into it. I don't know what 100 Thieves prios really are. Aurora Flex, okay. Is that possibly going top as well, chat? Does Dokla play it? He was hovering Varus and Rek'Sai.
So yeah, we picked Aurora, and we made it seem like it was a flex, but it wasn't, because Quid is just too cracked at Aurora. Like, we just have to give it to him. Some of this is honestly just me remembering. These drafts were so long ago. I'm trying to remember. I think we picked a jungler that also had a dash next. Which one did we pick?
Tough so far.
Oh, we picked Zinzao. It has a dash, but kind of like...
They could take Rumble, Sion, Cassandre.
Doesn't get out of Jarvan, but just a really strong skirmisher.
They could take Kai'Sa here. Kai'Sa Nico is a very, like... They're going to instantly send the Caitlyn.
We banned Nico, so
okay,
I don't know what he's saying. They can't pick Cousin Nico.
For a lot of teams. Oh my god, they're Caitlyn.
Okay, so I actually was kind of shitting my pants when they picked Caedrel. I was really worried about them picking Caedrel because just like when you're playing versus the LCK, LPL teams, they're just such strong laners. A lot of times they can just blow you out in the early game with this. So I was a little nervous, although it did set us up for a pretty sick draft, I think.
So for those you don't know, BLG's Caitlyn Elise is the most disgusting
on
thing
is
on the
crazy.
Planet. They are so good at it.
Because they picked a double, like, abusive bot lane, essentially we just decided not to pick our bot lane to kind of give us more options. Essentially, if you pick one part of bot lane, you pick an AD, they just banned the two supports that pair with it, and vice versa. So we ended up just picking Sion, who ended up being, like, one of the most broken champions on the patch. Dokla was just insane at Sion, and honestly, it almost, like, bit us in the ass. Because it was so meta, it got banned away / picked away from us basically every other game after this.
Corki. I'm thinking Ziggs. I'm thinking Braum.
You're right.
I'm thinking...
You're right. We did go Ziggs. I don't think Braum would be very good. Braum just gets punished way too hard.
Dash into Jarvan. Ziggs, yeah, Ziggs is pretty good. All right, here comes Beans, Aatrox, or Gwen.
Yeah, and once we got Ziggs too, you can kind of pair any melee stuff with it, and just try to survive and lane swap. So it kind of like it's kind of like a get out of jail free card almost for strong lanes.
Knight Syndra would be a blessing for the eyeballs, not gonna lie. So the game is just bot lane. It is just bot lane. FBI open up, bro.
Honestly, our bot lane played very well this game. I think FBI and Ayla, like, they completely nullified the Caedrel, and we were just able to scale and out team find them. So yeah, when they picked Rek'Sai, I initially, like when they picked it on stage, I was like, nice. I honestly thought this champ looked kind of useless. I think as the tournament progressed, and our tournament progressed, we became more worried about it. It is one of those champions that just basically always pushes you in as a counter pick, and it's really hard to recover basically tempo because your Sion is just essentially out of his turret for the whole game. But somehow, almost in all the Rek'Sai games, it just keeps happening where the Rek'Sai just like turbo ints. They just run it down. When you're watching it, you're like, if that guy just didn't do this, like one of the stupidest things I've ever seen, I could totally see this pick working, but just somehow every game, different top laners always happens. So I think if you're Gen G or really good Team T1, Rek'Sai counter pick was pretty scary into Sion, but at this point I wasn't too worried. But if you see in the game, like if he didn't just fail a dive, Dokla couldn't really do much. He's pretty stuck under his turret, and you're kind of just AFK. The Rek'Sai just perma moves every wave, and you're almost like playing 4v5. But if you can get to mid-late game and you didn't lose because of like some tempo gap, Sion was just way more useful. So now we're on to the next game. This is us versus Top Esports.
Is it a first pick Azir? Is it a first pick Azir? It's a first pick Yunara, wow. Yeah, Yunara prio very high at the tournament, very high. I don't know what the best answer to Yunara.
The thing about this is that like we didn't really like playing Azir, so I think most teams would trade Azir Yunara here. I mean, Yunara you could play against. There was Kai'Sa, there was Corki, there was a couple like answers into it. Honestly, I'm trying to remember what we even picked.
It's been at World so far. People have tried Kai'Sa, people have tried Caitlyn. People
Yeah,
have tried
Caitlyn
Xayah. Kai'Sa. Poppy is open though. But I don't know if Kanavi... I think Kanavi will just pick
Poppy's
Xin Zhao here.
banned. Actually, seems like Caedrel does this a lot. He forgets champions are banned. Poppy's banned, which is why we picked Vi. I mean, this is kind of just a comfort. FBI Kai'Sa, if you look at it, it's like in all time, it's like 70% plus win rate, and River Vi is like infamous. So we're kind of just going for comfort with these picks.
They could just go...
And also, it's good in
Xin Zhao
Yunara,
Azir,
like
but
lock
maybe
down
not.
to follow her when she runs away with her ult dash.
Why do I always think Poppy's open? Yo, Poppy.
I think we end up picking Talia into Rise too.
She must be like
Oh
top
yeah, he
tier.
sees it's banned now.
Rise in? Surely Xin Zhao, right? No way. They are gonna take the Scion from Dokes. I mean, you can.
Yeah, so this pissed us off because we were gonna pick Scion on 3. In hindsight, maybe we would just take Scion 1-2. This was 369's. I think when we looked at it, it was like his first Scion game like all year, so we were pretty counting on the fact that we would get it back on 3. I think it's fine. I still think this draft is fine. I don't remember if we picked top or mid here. I think we got Talia Vi this game.
Or you can counter the Scion.
And then it didn't feel like we had enough damage for the Scion. What was our top pick?
Ambessa does go kind of hard here.
Maybe we took Cassante.
Oh,
Ambessa's up. Wait, this draft's good. I totally forgot about Ambessa. Ambessa was one of the also like tier 1 counters into Scion, and like typically the lane would be kind of whatever early, and then once you get Eclipse, you win quite hard 1v1 on side. And so our comp is very much dive heavy. Their comp is
need more dive.
Team fight,
I want some
front to
crazy
back,
mid-pick here. I want
with a little bit of side pressure from Rise.
I want like a LeBlanc or I want a Syndra. I feel like something burst. Okay, but your only AP damage being Galio against Scion is not the best, but they banned
I think Galio would have been good if we could have got it.
Play here, I think.
Because if you can kill the Yunara by diving in, you're going to kill the rest
They're
of
going to
them.
need something quick. Could ban Xin here. I think Xin's a good ban. Ban Renata. What happens if
Yeah, we double
I
countered like their strong range supports with Yunara. Because they're just lane bullies, and they also, both of those champions counter dive, which is what our champions do.
Navi will get Xin Zhao or Kiana, and Hong will probably just send. They might ban. They could ban a support here, but I think they can just ban a mid. You can blind support quite easy right now.
It's pretty crazy to me they didn't ban Talia. I mean, I get that Alistar was a strong support at the meta.
Fast, but Rise kind of... Ayla will pick Rel on 5.
Man, I was pretty happy with this draft, to be honest. I think that we picked comfort. I think the only comfort is like, and we kind of ended up getting some flame for it. I think we picked Talia like 2 to 3 times in a row, and we lost all those games. But I think that you can see right there, Quid's still 9 and 8 on Talia. I think he's good at Talia. And if you look at our win rates, we ended up picking Rakan, not Rel, for a little bit easier lane. This game kind of, bot lane didn't go very well from very early. I think we like either got our flash burned, and we got pressured really hard, like level 1, because Yunara's level 1 strong, and we didn't really respect. I think we got hit by like Leona E. But I think this game, of all the drafts games that we lost, I felt like this draft, it's not like it's super one-sided, but I thought we had a lot of our comforts, and the early lane phase, and then also there was like an Otacon fight where we basically, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened or what went wrong, but I remember there's some like critical error that we did at the Otacon that basically cost us. Oh, it was a dragon that we had 4v5 that we didn't pull the trigger. I think we didn't TP or we TP'd late. There's some situation like that where if we just pulled the trigger, we would have just creamed them. I think it was like a dragon fight that we could have had a 4v5. Or maybe we even did 4v5 and lost. It was something along those lines. But I mean, yeah, I think me and him agreed on most of the things this draft. All right, let's move on to the next draft. This is our game versus HLE.
Okay, Azir first pick for Zeka. Oh my god, they picked Azir. Are they gonna pick Scion 2-3 with a strong jungle champ? Oh my god, they could go... Nah, there's no way they go Poppy Scion 2-3, right? Right? There's no way they go Poppy Scion 2-3. Okay, Pantheon you normally go Talia with. I wonder if they will go Talia. Could go... Oh no, Aurora spend. Oh, Rise is okay, yeah. Rise good.
I think
about it already. They have double global. I think you gotta pick Scion. Oh my god.
Yeah, they end up picking Scion away from us here.
Oh no, don't do Poppy Scion, please, man. Please don't be a freak. That is actual freak behavior if you go Poppy into Pantheon Scion top line. You know what? I would say, already in the draft, I think 100 Thieves can win. Slap my ass and call me Susan, but I think having double global is already a good start. I would much rather that they're the ones with proactivity, and they're playing into Zeka Azir than the other way around. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I think going back, you know, I would probably just take the Scion, even though they can counterpick it since we banned Mbessa. You know, they can play Rek'Sai, they can play something like that. I mean, we obviously had the same thought process at the time. We're going to go double global and try to do the proactivity comp. And we did get a lead early when you watch this game. It's just kind of funny because like we won our first game with the scaling comp by being able to get through the early game, and then the next two games we try to pick kind of more proactive comps, and we kind of got bit in the ass because of it. I think going back, I would have just taken the Scion because it also is just like Talia and Pantheon are both kind of burst champions, and it's just hard to kill through it.
Me off so much. I also think this Trundle fraudulent Trundle counter Scion bullshit is not a horseshit. Just pick the Scion on red side.
I totally disagree. I think Trundle is very good into Scion. Not only do you get to steal all his stats and make him squishy, although he doesn't have that much armor MR, but you can just block his ult with your pillar. That was something that we were very concerned about, but I think we were considering going like Scion Trundle 1-2, so they couldn't pick Trundle into it, and that's why we didn't take Scion 1-2. But maybe we should have just not given a thought because it just made our drafts impossible.
Poppy ban makes me think that they want Kai'Sa on 4. Let's go 100 Thieves, hashtag Big Dokes.
Big Dokes.
Alistar is quite strong right now.
Yeah, we banned Poppy to make Alistar stronger for us on 4.
Why don't they just play for the Kai'Sa on 4?
Really good into Xante and Pantheon.
Yeah, so they take the Alistar.
Yeah, we got Alistar on 4, which is like what we were going for, which is really good for us.
Quite OP. The problem
we're
is
just
if you're
like
picking Alistar, can't they?
Very classic Talia Alistar Pantheon combo.
What would Hamalife play
Weak
here?
side top lane.
I actually don't know what they would play here. Jhin seems kind of shitty. Zeri seems shitty. Lucian Brown, oh my god. I should have guessed. Or Corti Brown kind of works too. Ooh, Senna into Braum. Senna into Scion with a Talia.
Yeah, we thought they would go Lucian Braum as well, and Senna obviously is really good into Braum. And I think they did a really good job this lane. I'm pretty sure they 2v2 killed them. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if that front line is dying.
And it's also another FBI signature champion, so we were kind of expecting the Lucian Braum. But I think giving HLE this draft is just like, if they can slow down the game, they just win. I think they're too good at not losing too much in the early mid game. And honestly, there were things we could do better. We could have definitely fought better. We did get an early game lead, but we just weren't really able to progress it much. So next up, we got our games versus T1. So this is going to be 2 drafts, and let's get into game 1.
No way. Oh yeah, of course, because T1's the 4th seed. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, this is the only team we got side select for.
Here, Ben, nice. Good bans against T1. I mean,
also, can I just say, holy shit, have you seen the teams we're playing against? Fucking, what was our draw?
Poppy ban. It's good for Wukong. Wukong Yunara open. Wukong Yunara Rise. Yunara ban. Wukong Rise trade. There's still Talia as well though.
Yeah, I think we took
both last seed. No, because there's only 3 seeds of the LCS. It's an Alistar ban, not a
I mean, I was really surprised by the Yunara. A lot of teams were trading Wukong Yunara, and by them banning Yunara, we essentially just kind of got Wukong for free, which was a prio pick at the time.
I will say Rise prio really has dropped. Its Talia prio has gone up a lot at Worlds. And Xin Zhao as well.
Faker Talia is fucking goated, dude.
Xin Zhao, Talia.
I think a lot of people were picking Rise early, and then
Xin Zhao, I mean,
Faker just fragged on Talia
there's so many mids
every time. And Talia's good into Wukong too.
You can pick Galio, you can pick Rise, you can pick Syndra, you can pick Annie, you can pick anything really. The question is, do you take Rumble?
By them picking Xin Zhao instead of like a different jungler, it set us up to pick Sylas, which I was pumped about.
What? They just picked Sylas into Talia? Why? Sylas and Bessa? What?
Bud Light. Bro, Caedrel, come on. Come on. He's talking about the matchup, but if you watch the game, Quid just... I mean, he obviously hasn't watched Quid play much. Quid playing this matchup is different than other players playing this matchup.
See what they can get done.
Renekton on 3 or what? Yorick, Renekton. Okay, 6 Ben. I mean, I wouldn't give T1 Zyra Khan. Nico is also still open, which is a bit of a concern. Okay, they're banning 4 Nico right now. Ziggs, Rakan, Karma makes me think of Braum. There's no way to get Braum on 4.
We were Varus, yeah, we were Varus.
Nico as well. What the fuck are these bans?
We're one of those two.
Karma, Nico. Wait, I thought Alistar was banned. I'm so confused.
I think we
Maybe Poppy is banned. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, they said the Poppy ban was Alistar, but they hovered Alistar on 4. Lucian Brown.
I mean, both are good picks here.
Wow, 100 Thieves is drafting a full fistfight comp.
Yeah,
I'm confused. I swear they said that the Alistar ban was here. Okay, so Alistar is open. But
Yeah,
Braum
Alistar.
into 100 Thieves is so insane. I'm so surprised that they can play Braum into 4 melee champs with Talia, Renekton, Xin. Braum just eats their whole comp. The Braum is insane there. It would have been insane.
No, I kind of agree with him. I'm honestly kind of shocked he went Leona instead of Braum.
Just gave Sylas a Leona ult onto Talia. I'm surprised that they pulled away last second. Do they think they need more engage? Why? You don't need more engage. They're all running at you. They're playing Alistar Wukong.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But to be honest, it does make Merc Treads, like if we don't build Merc Treads, we get more fucked, which I don't remember if, I mean, when you see this comp, you don't really want to build Merc Treads, just for Talia Leona. So you really do have a lot of one-tap potential on the people diving in.
Could go like Renata here, but Leona?
Yeah, I think Braum was maybe slightly better, but no setup for it. Then there's like very little setup for it.
Sylas and Leona ult when you're playing Talia is
I mean, I think this draft was solid. Seems like he kind of agrees. Besides, he didn't know about the mid lane matchup, which Quid solo killed. And all right, let's get into game 2.
He won twice in a row.
Okay, couple things. Azir, Rise, Ori, but also I would be a bit concerned about Zyrakan Cassante Ben. Okay, I mean Ornn is open for Rumble, Trundle's open, Trundle Rumble.
Oh, this is a nightmare draft, honestly. We were going back and forth about whether we should choose blue or red side. I thought we should go blue side because we should just first pick Orianna over everything. Orianna was like super broken. And we just expected them to ban it, honestly. And then we're going to let them pick a Azir if they want and play a melee into it. But they were down to give us Orianna, which we were not expecting. And then we said we didn't have any, after they banned Sion and Cassante, we had no answers into Rumble because we didn't play like Galio. And we didn't really play much Ornn. So we ended up kind of forcing ourselves to end up having to first pick Rumble just because we weren't comfortable playing into it. And this game was fucking lost in draft, in my opinion. I mean, it was winnable, but if I could go back, I would have just either banned something differently or just hand fist pick the Orianna and then play a matchup that we're not very comfortable with in top lane and just tank it. But honestly, you know, props to T1 for like not banning Orianna or Azir. You know, to me, you know, they probably knew we weren't going to play Azir, so they didn't ban it. So I was expecting them just to ban the other prio mid laner, which is Orianna. But now they got Orianna Jarvan back, and they ended up picking Galio on 3. Like he says, yeah, and it's just so good. We end up picking Akali. We pick up another melee and dive champ, but Galio also is so good into Akali. And we're like going for a proactive comp, and it just was so hard. I honestly think maybe we should have, even though his Akali was insane, I think Aurora was maybe a bit better anyway, but it probably is not enough to make a difference. We're not too worried about just Poppy by itself. Honestly, Lulu was more annoying when we played against BKS, when they played Lulu into Akali, or Karma, stuff that gives vision. I think that's what we end up banning here, Lulu Karma, if I recall correctly. There's also Ezreal Karma up that we had to be worried about. Oh no, we banned Poppy for Akali, so we did ban Poppy. But I think we banned Lulu next.
We banned Lulu.
We banned Lulu because we're scarred.
Nico and look for Lucian Brown. T1 have a lot of good peel. Galio ult, Nico ult.
Yeah, I mean, I think our draft is cohesive. We do have a dive champs, but I just think their comp is just too good at countering what we do. I think this is probably the draft I have the most regrets about. I mean, overall, I mean, I'm a Caedrel fan. I watch Caedrel. I think I agree with most of his takes. I think the only one that stood out to me was like the Sylas and Talia lane phase thing. But I mean, I think there's a reason he's had so much success as a streamer. I think a lot of his takes are pretty good. I love to flame him when his takes are bad, and then you know he can flame me as much as he wants to. Just farm my bad drafts for content. So I think overall though, I agree with most of the things he's saying. Would Caedrel be a good coach? He already is a great coach for the loss for Tonez. He's the best. No, I mean, I think Caedrel is the best person to watch on drafting, bar none. So I mean, even I love watching his videos and getting his opinions on drafts because it is pretty infinitely complex and there is so much opportunity for improvement. And there's also so much that he doesn't know, right, when he's watching. He doesn't know what our comforts are. He doesn't know what our priorities are. So it's always a little bit different. But just in general, if you're talking about just like pure game knowledge, pure, like if every person could play every champion, I think he does a really good job of talking about what in-game strategies counter other strategies. Hey guys, well, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this Caedrel recap video. And Caedrel, if you're watching, if you're ever in LA, come visit us at Sin City. We'd love to play a couple games or chat about draft with you. So open invite, and see you guys next time.